5 rules to follow when investing in real estate. Making the mistake of investing in real estate without an organized plan on how you're going to approach things can either make or break your career in real estate. It can also cost you a ton of money if you make the wrong turn, so I cannot stress how important it is for you to do your research, talk to the right people, make as less mistakes as possible as a beginner, because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. You will make mistakes as a beginner. Try to avoid them early if you have the power to do so. And in this video, we have 5 rules you must follow when investing in real estate. In return, consider liking the video and subscribe to Life of a Landlord, where we provide you videos every single week to further your knowledge as a real estate investor. You do not want to miss out on our content, so let's get right into it. Now first, let's go through a few tips for getting started investing in real estate. More specifically, these are 5 things that every new real estate investor needs to know. Here's where you should start. Number 1, be clear on what you want. See, a lot of people say they want to get into real estate, but then they want to say, should I buy single family or multifamily? Maybe I should flip houses. Oh yeah, what about wholesale? You know, apartments look fun too. They jump from thing to thing and they never have clarity, that crystal clear opinion on what it is they want. Maybe they want to do everything, or maybe they're just not sure. But I would encourage you to get crystal clear on what it is that you want. And honestly, it doesn't even matter that much. You'll change over your career. But if you sit there forever going, oh, this sounds fun, that sounds fun, you're never going to do anything. It's more important that you choose than what you choose, if that makes sense. Number 2, learn the basics of creative financing. Look, I don't care if you have $1 million in the bank or $6 in your account. That doesn't matter. Learn how creative finance works. In other words, how do people put together big real estate deals or small real estate deals using other people's money? Because chances are you don't have all the cash to buy a property, so learn things like, how does a loan work? How would you get a loan from a bank? What do you need to qualify for that? And you might be saying, well, I don't know, that's why I'm watching this video. That's cool, but go to a bank and ask them, or pull out your phone and call somebody, get those questions answered. Or what if you don't have any money for the down payment? Does that mean you can't invest? Of course not. Once you learn that there's a lot of avenues for creative real estate, you'll figure out other avenues. For example, earlier on in my career, I used to partner with people often. In fact, I still do partner with people today, just in a little different way. But I learned that if you bring in other people to fund your deals, they can fund it and you can do all the work. So at the end of the day, you really need to have 3 things. Number 1, knowledge of what you're doing. That comes from experience, from reading books, from working with other people, but you've got to have knowledge. Number 2, hustle. Somebody has to go out there and do the work needed to find these deals. Real estate's not super easy. Now, I'm not saying it's the hardest thing in the world, but you've got to put some time, some effort, some searching into finding deals and putting together things. Number 3, then there's money. You've got to have money involved. There's very few zero down loans. That just means you've got to hustle to figure out the money side. But here's the cool thing, these 3 things, the knowledge, the money, and the hustle, you don't need to have all of them. If you can just come with 1 or 2 of them, you can bring on other people with the other parts. So maybe you have the hustle and you have the knowledge, you can find a partner with the money. They can bring the down payment and you can get the deal done. And that's not the only way. There's seller financing, there's lease options, there's wholesaling to make cash. You can then put that down on properties. You can flip houses and take that money and put it into other things like rental properties. There's a lot of creative ways to get into real estate. Hard money, private money, and lease options. Anyway, there's a lot of ways you can get involved with real estate, but you've got to understand the basics of creative finance. Number 3, become a master at analyzing deals. Once you know how to analyze a deal to find out exactly how much you should pay for it, You can find good deals out there. You just analyze a whole bunch and eventually you find pretty decent ones that work out. You make some offers and you will get deals. And once you have deals, you can find the financing for it. But it all comes down to being able to identify what a good deal is. And the way you do that is through deal analysis. You have to understand these things, but the good thing is it's not that difficult and it can be learned. These days, you have all kinds of sources to learn about how to properly analyze deals. Check out BiggerPockets for starters. It's an online community where investors go to share all of the ins and outs they have experienced in real estate. Really learn how to analyze deals and become a master at it. Number 4, stay organized when finding deals. Now I said being able to analyze deals is super important, but what's more important than finding deals is building a machine that delivers the deals for you. For example, let me tell you 2 stories. Let's say you were looking for breakfast, right? You're looking for breakfast and you decide you want scrambled eggs. So you go out to the store and you pay $3 to get yourself 3 big eggs. You go home, make breakfast, and you eat your eggs. But then the next morning, you're hungry again and you want more breakfast. Now you've got to go back to the store, buy more eggs, come back home, and so on. That's what most people do. But when it comes to deals, it's a lot of work to go out there and find a brand new deal every time. Especially if, imagine this, every time you bought an egg from the grocery store, that grocery store never again sold that type of egg. You had to go to other grocery stores, and pretty soon you would always be searching for grocery stores to buy eggs. But what if instead you got a chicken? What if you got chickens who delivered consistent eggs? That's what I'm talking about when I say deal pipeline. You've got to get a system where leads just come in automatically. Now here's one example. You find a real estate agent to set you up with automatic email alerts for properties that are coming on the market, so you can get an email whenever a new duplex hits, and boom. Or maybe you want an apartment complex. Boom, you get an email for every new apartment. That's a deal pipeline. It runs. You can also do things like direct mail marketing, driving for dollars, there's Craigslist ads. There are a lot of ways you can find deals, but focus on building a machine, a deal pipeline, rather than looking for that one delicious egg. Number 5, work on your business every single day. I love the phrase consistent daily action because that's really what it takes to achieve success in pretty much anything. Like if you want to lose weight, you're not going to go to the gym one time or even once a month. You're going to go regularly, like every single day, maybe every other day, right? You're not going to eat healthy some days and then not other days. You're going to be consistent and do it every single day. The cool thing about real estate is it doesn't take 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. You could literally build an entire real estate portfolio working 15 to 20 minutes a day if you're consistent with it. But the problem is people are never consistent. They just do little bits here and there. So set aside time every single solitary day to do something that we talked about. Here's a simple goal for you. Analyze one real estate deal every single day. Think about if you did that. If you spend 5 minutes analyzing a deal once a day, after a few months, you're potentially getting hundreds of deals. Over the course of a year, you're getting 300 some deals analyzed. Do you think out of those 300 some deals, maybe some were close enough? You can make an offer and maybe some of those got accepted. It's all just a funnel at the end of the day, but the only way that funnel works is when you're consistent and you're doing it every single day. So we hope you found this video inspiring, and don't forget to subscribe to Life of a Landlord so you do not miss out on our next video coming out. We have an entire playlist here for you to check out that will break down everything you need to know when it comes to investing. Tell us in the comment section what you believe are some rules all investors must follow. We love getting feedback on this topic, and until next time, friends, stay blessed, and we'll see you guys in the next video.